Hare Krishna. Good evening, everyone. If you could see and hear me clearly, isang like naman dyan. Yes, thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Yan. Good evening. So without further ado, wala nang intro. Well, we'll put some introduction to set the mood and for us to really know better kung sino ang ating next speaker, ang ating educator. If you don't know him yet, he is one of my senior god brother. Also kasama namin sa project na Village Talk Podcast. And I hope nahulaan nyo na. Siyempre, pinost din natin yan kanina. Um, this devotee has been introduced to Krishna consciousness since 2003. So, mga bata pa kami noon. Pero mas matanda siya sa akin. Ang press release namin minsan ako yung mas matanda sa kanya. Kasi yun yung sinasabi niya palagi. But, after he did his school, his college, he became a full-time devotee, a full-time monk in the temple. And ever since, he was engaged or doing some services inside the altar in the temple. So, back then, naging head priest na siya doon, head pujari na siya, overseeing yung mga other priests and the standards in what we call deity worship. And also, he did serve yung mga house programs for the newer devotees. It is called Bhakti Briksha. That is in Olongapo. As well as in other temples, he did the same service as the head pujari. He did study. He did study in India also for almost a year. In Mayapur Academy regarding again in deity worship. And now he is serving here in Brajigo village as one of the pujari in the temple. So basically, naglaro yung mga services niya in his Krishna consciousness ever since sa deity worship and in sharing Krishna consciousness. Without further ado, siya yung isa sa aking mga closest devotee friend and brother. Devotee Chandra Prabhu, Hare Krishna. So let's welcome him by chanting Hare Krishna sa chat box. Come.
Hare Krishna.
Yan.
Hare Krishna.
So if you could see and hear us clearly, isang like then.
So,
you have to be closer there.
ayoko nang tumayo dun sa kinakaupuan ko. Lumulubog na ako kanina eh. Parang hindi na yata matutuloy itong class natin. So, Hare Krishna. Welcome to Village Talk. Ay, mali. Welcome to Braja Bhakti Academy. Yan. Braj Bhakti Academy. Yeah.
Part 2, ang title na ito, hindi ko narinig.
Yeah.
So, ang title na ito is Part 2. Ayun na yung title niya.
Part 2.
Part 2 kasi ayun yung part 2 ng meditation and yoga philosophy.
Ayan.
Then, in the course, no? Ikaw magkakwento ng mamaya.
Ng iba't ibang course.
Iba't ibang course.
Ayun, so, we are now, we are in the class of deity worship, of course. And what is deity worship? So, before that, we'll recite the invocation prayers. Yeah. Okay. Please chant with me. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Shrimate Giridhari Swamin Iti Namine. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gaura Bani Pacharine. Nivese Sasunya Badi Paskachadi Satarine. Namo Mahabadanyaya Krishna Prema Padayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Guratise Namaha Namo Brahmanya Devaya Go Brahmanaya Jagaditaya Krishnaya Gobindaya Namo Namaha Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So welcome to our little temple. So making your home your own sacred space. So I want to how to say it. Gusto kong mag-umpisa by reading from the scripture, or from the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, or we can say Nectar of Devotion, presented by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Rupa Goswami explained that there are 64 limbs of devotional service, which is the first, namely Guru Pad Ashraya. What is Guru Pad Ashraya? Taking shelter of the spiritual master. That's the one, and that is the most important. Then one takes Diksha. Diksha is initiation, and getting the spiritual master will give spiritual name, and is the Harinam.
Harinam, giving the chanting beads
Mm,
na nag-chant si Guru.
ayan.
Yan.
And takes one Diksha and Siksha. Siksha is instruction. So Siksha from the spiritual master, and serve him, ask question pertaining to the absolute truth, and follows the path given by him and the previous acharyas. The bona fide spiritual master.
Batiin mo sila mamaya after ng basahin yan.
Okay. Oo nga, no.
Go.
Okay. The bona fide spiritual master is situated in the highest platform of devotional service, Uttama Bhakti, or we can say Prema Bhakti, or love of God, and serving the absolute truth. Sri Krishna Chaitanya and Sri Krishna in both Gora Lila, or Goranga Lila, or Goranga Lord Chaitanya pastime, or Krishna Lila, or Krishna's pastime. The spiritual master introduced the disciple to the process of deity worship, or Pancharatrika Vidhi. Pancharatrika Vidhi is rules and regulation, and also engage the disciple in the process of hearing, chanting, and remembering the Lord. That is Bhagavat Vidhi, or spontaneous. So both processes are to be adopted by the sincere disciple in order to quickly advance in spiritual life. Therefore, Srila Rupa Goswami emphasis, that would be later. So, before that, because as you see, I'm carried away. So, gusto ko muna kayong batiin. And all the way from Misamis Oriental, Bhakta Raul Prabhu, Hare Krishna. And our dear power yogi, Bhaktin Chantal. Hare Krishna.
Ganda ng post niya kanina, nakita mo na ba?
Oo, ang galing. At saka lagi kong binabasa yung mahaba niyang ano eh.
Telenovela?
Oo. Natutuwa ako dun eh. Ang dami ko na nabasa eh.
Mga write-up niya. Galing.
Tapos gustong-gusto ko yung yung mga power, yung mga posture niya kakaiba.
Hindi nyo alam, yoga teacher si Navadip dati.
Hare Krishna.
Hindi ba sinama ko pala sa introduction mo yun, yoga teacher.
Hindi, wala na nga. Hindi na. Erase na yun.
Yeah.
And all the way from just nearby, Los Baños, Bhakta Raul Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Ito kailangan ko from alam ko kung saan to eh.
Saan?
Hulaan ko. Walang nakalagay eh. From Quezon City, Bakhtin Nikita. Tama ba?
Kala mo, tama yata eh. Hare Krishna.
Tama.
Nikita Mataji.
And ito Bacta, mahirap mahulaan. Kung saan siya nakatira or kung sino nga ba siya. Bacta lang nakalagay. Pero hulaan pa rin natin. All the way from Caloocan.
Yes.
Bacta Rodel Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. And eto. Gusto ko to eh. Lahat naman sila gusto ko. Naubos na tayo sa ano. Anyway. One of our ano man
Radha Yoga.
Yeah. No. This one.
Ating...
Our Chinoy.
I don't know kung pure ba siya? Pure Chinese ba siya or mix?
Mukhang mix eh. Nanguhula lang ako Kasi naka pang Chinese sa damit nung
May
nakaraan.
lagi siyang Chinese. I don't know kung may mix siya.
Uy, di ba? Uy. Bacta, Kevin Durant. No, not Kevin Durant. KD Prabhu. Ayan. Okay. So all the way from Bicol, our dear architect, Bacta Raymond Prabhu. And ito si hindi naman siya bad boy. Pero katunog nung pangalan niya is yung si Bacta Kaiser Prabhu. So and also bilisan na natin. Bhaktin Raisa Mataji. And also Lauren Mataji. Bhaktin Narayani and Bhakta Kenny Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Jagadvira Prabhu. And
Radha Yogas natin.
mga Radha Yoga, ito na. Yan si Bhaktin Christine Mataji. And our OG. Mukhang galing pa sila sa
mukhang nag-yoga sila.
Nag-yoga sila. Our OG.
Or mag-yoga pa lang.
Bhaktin Jinky Mataji. And our dear Jonah Mataji.
Yes.
Yan. Okay. So, simulan na natin. Kanina pa tayo nagsimula. Ulitin ko kaya? Okay na yun. So, dito nga tayo ngayon sa DT Worship course. And ito yung introduction. So, babasahin ko ulit yung part na So, Srila Rupa Goswami emphasized this process he considered most important. So, ano yung process na yon? Ito na yon. Yung yes, the Pancha Anga Bhakti or Panch Anga Bhakti. Panch means 5 and Anga means limbs. So, 5 limbs of devotional service. Bhakti is devotional service. So, one of that is Sadhu Sangha or association with devotee. So, ayan, association with devotee. One of the most important limbs of devotional service is associating with devotee, because associating with devotee, it makes the almost like devotional service is complete, because we may have enthusiasm or influence from associating with devotees, even though somehow in some part of devotional service we are not inclined or we don't have any enthusiasm, but by the association of the devotee, we will have some influence or inclination. Mahahawa niya tayo ng devotion. And then the next is Bhagavat Shravan or hearing Sri. Hmm?
Yan.
Ayan. So, hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay. So, yeah, Sadhu Sangha association with devotees, Bhagavat Shravan or hearing Bhagavatam, Nam Kirtan or chanting the holy name, and Archa Vigraha Seva, worshipping the deity form of Krishna, and Brajavas or residing in the holy dam. So, yun nga, pagka mag-associate tayo sa devotees, mahahawa niya tayo. And then, yeah, mahahawa niya tayo. So, we will imbibe the qualities of the devotees. And then, also by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, yeah, and also by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, we may have all the knowledge about Krishna and how to please Krishna.
Tanong mo if if they could see and hear us clearly.
Naririnig nyo ba kami?
Kachapi.
Or nagchachapi ba? Or so isang like naman dyan kung naririnig nyo na ngayon.
Sige. Connecting tayo sa iba.
Connecting.
Yan, sige. Give a second. Salita ka lang.
Okay. So,
give a second. Sabi mo, ayos lang natin.
Yeah. Give us a second. So, inaayos lang natin yung connection.
Check mo ko ngayon. Okay, salita ka lang para
Yes. So, can you hear us now?
Hare Krishna.
Naririnig lang po ba or anything?
Intermittent connection.
Okay, Hare Krishna.
Wala. Try natin yung sa connection. How about now? Sige.
How about now? Can you hear us? Can you see us? Can you see the hearing Srimad Bhagavatam?
Yan, better.
Yan, okay. So now, yeah, hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. And of course, the chanting of the holy name. So important, one of the important. And here it is the deity worship, worshiping the deity form of Krishna. So, kumbaga tatanungin natin, etong limang yan, yung lima na Sadhu Sangha, association with devotees, hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, chanting the holy name, worshiping the deity, pag nagagawa natin yang apat na yan, automatic, nagagawa na rin natin yung panglima. Number 5 is yung Braj Vas or residing in the Holy Dam or residing in Braj. So, in that way, actually, with those, this Pancha Anga Bhakti or five limbs of devotional service is nagkikreate siya ng sacred space sa bahay natin. So, in that way, andoon yung holy atmosphere ng 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 bahay. So, yun yung pinag-aaralan natin ngayon. So here, many of other items of devotional service are dependent and closely related to the process of deity worship. We can therefore understand the importance of deity worship. Kasi nga, pag walang deity worship, mahirapan tayo. Kasi, mostly, saan natin i-offer yung gagawin natin? Like as you know, you have a prasadam course. That's why laging magkasama yung prasadam course and DT worship course because hindi sila pwedeng maghiwalay. Yun, paano natin? Hare Krishna. We're back? We're back. Do you hear us now? Do you see us? Nawawala ulit. Yes, okay, we're back. It's challenging, huh? So, yun. Paano nga tayo mag-offer kung walang walang deity worship or wala tayong deity sa bahay? Pwede pa rin naman, and ituturo natin yon in a next meeting. Pero ngayon, pinapakilala natin or what is the importance of deity worship. So, here it is. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared 500 years ago to spread the Yuga Dharma. So, to spread the Yuga Dharma, the chanting of Mahamantra. So, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. He declared that the chanting of the holy name is the only way to attain love of God. And there is no other way to the spiritual realm. This is mentioned in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Harer nama, naima eva kay balam. Kalau naste eva, gatir anyataha. In this age of quarrel and hypocrisy, the only means of deliverance is chanting the holy name of the Lord. There is no other way. There is no other way. And pag makulit pa tayo, there is no other way. Pangatlo. Sinabi niya na, tatlo. So ngayon, sasabihin natin, ito ba yan? Sasabihin natin, Prabhu, sinabi na mismo ni Lord Chaitanya na there's no other way. Mag-chant na lang daw ng holy name in this age of quarrel and hypocrisy, in this age of Kali Yuga. So kung alam niyo kung ano yung Kali Yuga is the fourth yuga dito sa isang what we can say kalpa. See, in one kalpa there is 4 yuga. And that 4 yuga nagsimula yan sa Satya Yuga. Satya Yuga is the golden age. So ang way of liberation doon o way of means of deliverance is meditation. So thousands, hundreds of years they are meditating for them to attain that liberation. And then Treta Yuga. Treta Yuga is fire sacrifice. Yung liberation nila is fire sacrifice. And then yung time na yon kailangan golden paraphernalia and then malalaking amount of fire sacrifice yung ginagawa nila. So very extravagant yon. And then talagang kailangan perfect yung mga mantras. And then this third yuga is the Dwapara Yuga is temple worship. So, Prabhu, doon pala sa sa Dwapara Yuga yung yung temple worship Bakit tinuturo mo ngayon? Mamaya sasabihin natin kung bakit. So, ngayon Kali Yuga is yun, ito na nakalagay is only means of deliverance is chanting the holy name. So, in that way, yun na nga yung sasabihin natin na bakit ini-introduce pa rin yung deity worship. And nakalagay nga dito sa mga previous na binasa natin is important pa rin yung deity worship and kasama pa rin siya sa Panchaanga Bhakti. Because if we don't have deity worship, paano natin ma-engage yung mga senses natin? And kailangan natin ng practical service. Kung kaya natin na mag-chant lang ng holy name, kumbaga mag-chant lang ng holy name non-stop, like Haridas Thakur. Pero si Haridas Thakur actually meron pa rin siyang meron pa rin siyang ibang activities like chanting, how to say it? The deity worship. Nagluluto pa rin siya and all. Pero mas priority niya ngayon chanting of the holy name. Kilala si Haridas Thakur na Nama Acharya or ano yan? Yung
Teacher that worship Krishna by chanting the names.
yon.
Hindi na ako narinig.
Okay.
Kailangan mo ulitin.
So, siya yung teacher, siya yung acharya, siya yung teacher by example na nagcha-chant ng holy name. Yun yung priority niya. So, yun. Kailangan, kumbaga, yun na nga eh. Kung kaya nating i-maintain yun, then, yes, be my guest. But, hindi tayo pag ganun ka pure to maintain na wala tayong vision kay Krishna or anything. So that's why kailangan natin ng deity worship, kailangan natin may nahawakan, kailangan natin may naalagaan, kailangan natin na yun, we render our service to the deity form of Krishna. So here it is, that the essential message of the scripture is to always remember Krishna and never forget him. The hearing of chanting the holy name is the best way to remember Krishna. The same thing is stated in Padma Puran. Smarta bha satatam Vishnur Vishmartavyo na chaduchit sarve vidhi nisidha sure etayor eva kinkaraha. Krishna is the original Lord Vishnu. He should always be remembered and never forgotten at any time. All these rules and prohibition mentioned in the Shastra should be the servant of these two principles. So ito nga yung two principles na yun, yung always remember Krishna and never forget him. Before, nagtataka ako, bakit parang parehas lang yung yung kasi magkahiwalay daw yun na magkahiwalay daw siya na how to say, na instruction. Always remember Krishna. Of course, pag na-remember mo si Krishna, hindi mo siya makakalimutan. Pero I found out when I'm reading that it's two different kind of instruction. Why? Because when we do direct devotional service like that Panchaanga Bhakti, it's easy to remember Krishna. Pero as like people in Kali Yuga, like us, mga nagtatrabaho sa labas, may sariling pamilya and all, is paano naman pagka nagtatrabaho ka sa office? Paano naman pagka hindi medyo related yung yung ginagawa ko sa devotional service or sa Krishna consciousness? Paano ko maano yun? So, then, never forget him. So, yun yung essence nung dalawang rules and how to say it, yung principles na yun. So, from there, kumbaga 24 hours a day it's highly recommended to always remember Krishna and never forget him. So the first rule in the spiritual life is to remember Vishnu or Krishna always, and the second rule is never forget him. All other rules and regulation in the scriptures is subservient to these two rules. Also, Prahlad Maharaj in the seventh canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam explained the importance of hearing, chanting, and remembering Vishnu or Krishna. So, Shavanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Padasevanam Archanam Bandanam Dasyam Sakyam at Manivedanam Iti Pum Sarpita Vishnu Bhaktis Shen Nava Lakshana Kriyeta Bhagavati Ada Tan Manye Ditam Utamam. Prahlad Maharaj said, hearing and chanting about the transcendental holy name, form, qualities, paraphernalia, and pastimes of Lord Vishnu, remembering them, serving the lotus feet of the Lord, offering the Lord respectful worship with 16 types of paraphernalia, offering prayers to the Lord, becoming his servant, considering the Lord one's best friend, and surrendering everything unto him. In other words, serving him with body, minds, and words. These 9 processes are accepted as pure devotional service. One who has dedicated his life to the service of Krishna through these 9 methods should be understood to be the most learned person, for he has acquired complete knowledge. So, even in this 9 process of devotional service, nandoon yung arch, archanam or yung deity worship. So, in that way, ganun ka importante yung deity worship even in this age of Kali Yuga. That's why yun nga sinabi nga ni Prahlad Maharaj. So, okay. So, here, yun na nga ang importance ng deity worship dun sa mga bahay-bahay natin is we have the enthusiasm or we have the chance to serve the Lord in his deity form. So, because if we just follow our mind that okay, whatever I can do or whenever I can remember Krishna, I'm okay with that. But actually, yun nga eh, ito nga, kaya nga yung title is Creating Sacred Space in Our Home. One time, yeah.
Tignan mo kung how's the audio.
Naririnig niyo ba ako pa rin?
How's the audio?
How's the audio? Malinaw ba or Hare Krishna? It might.
Sige, tuloy ka lang. Like a robot. Okay.
Like a
We'll change
robot.
the connection. Hold on for a minute.
Hold on for a minute. We'll change the correct connection.
How about now?
How about now? Can you see us? Can you hear us? Choppy.
Oh, choppy pa rin. Talagang dalawang connection, no?
Mm-mm.
Intermittent.
Intermittent pa rin. Hare Krishna. Okay.
Let's try the other one.
Yes. Okay, we're trying the other one.
Okay. This one.
How about this one? It's okay? Can you hear us? Can you hear us? Can you see us? Yes. Okay, better. Okay, let's go back. So, yun, one time, andoon ako sa boarding house ng sister ko. And then, by nature, yun nga yung sinasabi ko na pag susundin lang natin yung nature natin or yung mind natin, ah, hindi ko, syempre hindi ko bahay yun, pero I mean, dala ko yung DTs ko pero hindi ko siya kumbaga pinapakiramdaman ko yung sister ko para bago ko siya ilalabas. But anyway, there are times na nasa work siya. So para how to say it, para iangat ko yung mood ko or yung atmosphere ko and all, gusto kong gisingin si Lord or i-invite si Lord. So, ang nangyari, bago, of course, Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. So, kumbaga, iti-treat natin siya as more than the more than respect from like the president and all, president of the Philippines or any kind of the highest hierarchy or the highest kind of position. So, what I did is, yun, mag ano ka muna, maglilinisin mo muna. Kumbaga, yung time na yun, tinatamad ako maglinis. Pero, dahil you want to invite the Lord in your home, so, at least, hindi man tayo pure, at least, we clean. We clean the atmosphere, paggandahin natin, pabanguhin natin. And then, yun, sinet up mo na yung altar. And then, nung dumating siya, nagulat siya. Kahit sa labas, kahit bandang doon sa entrance, malinis na agad. Na, yun, kasi nga, andoon si Lord. Tapos nakita niya, and then naamoy niya, mabango, may incense and all. So, mas na-appreciate nung sister ko. So, mas na-appreciate ng kasama natin sa bahay. So, in that way, uh, napupush tayo. Isang way yun, na napupush tayo na not just to sit on our low nature, we can say. So that's why when we are engaged, when we engage our senses in the service of Krishna through his deity form, andoon yung purification. So, okay. So, and then one yung na ano natin, yung nadaanan natin na Pancharatrika Vidhi is, ang gusto kong explain doon, Pancharatrika Vidhi is rules and regulation in devotional service. And ang isang kasama niya is Bhagavad Vidhi. Yun nga yung hearing, chanting, remembering, spontaneous. Or we can say Raganuga. Raganuga Bhakti or spontaneous. So, kailangan, hindi pwedeng ganon na yung how to say it, yung Panchaanga Bhakti lang yung i-ano natin, how to say it, ipa-practice natin. Nasaan ba yung Panchaanga Bhakti? So, hindi lang yun yung kailangan nating i-practice. Yan yung association with devotees, hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. And also, laging parallel yan. Laging, it's a railroad na laging dalawa sila na magkapantay. So, laging sabay. Because if we just give, like, just be, just be sentiment, and then wala nga yung, kumbaga, okay, we worship the deity pero hindi tayo nagcha-chant ng holy name, hindi tayo naghi-hear ng Srimad Bhagavatam. So hindi pa rin siya kumpleto. And then it's a different mood. So hindi kumpleto yung advancement natin in our spiritual life. So in that way, kailangan uh, 'yon, gradually we are doing all those things in a parallel way. So, yun nga, yung deity worship or worshiping the deity, it's like yun nga yung katulad dito sa Raja Eco Village. Ang center ng ng ano to, activity is yun nga yung si Krishna or yung deity form ni Krishna na lahat nagwo-work just to please or just to serve his deity form. So yun yung heart ng ano, yun yung heart ng community. So actually ganun din sa bahay. Actually siya nga yung ano siya nga yung supreme. So if we try to um, rearrange ourselves to please Krishna in his deity form kahit nandirito tayo sa bahay natin. Um, yun, inaano natin na siya yung supreme. Siya yung may-ari ng bahay. Actually, we are just a servant of the servant of him. So, kumbaga, ang point natin dito is Krishna or God is not the second thing. Siya yung unang-una. So, in that way, kumbaga, magluluto tayo, hindi lang basta dahil kakain tayo, kundi we want to please Him, and in that way, kung ano man yung remnants niya, in the form of prasadam, yun yung iti-take natin. So, and then yun sa bahay na yun is magkikreate siya ng spiritual atmosphere or we can say holy atmosphere. So, naririnig nyo ba ako ng malinaw? Hmm. Okay.
Yan, okay daw sa mission to.
Okay. So, ngayon, I want to, how to say it? Meron tayong isang story.
Want to bring it up?
Yeah. Saan yun? Sa dulo?
Up and down.
Okay. Saan ba yun?
Pinapakita na yung prasadam sa kanila.
Nasaan sa kanina?
Hanapin.
Ay, ito ba yun? Yan.
Laki ang draw.
Doon lang siya. Okay. Itong isang devotee, one of the devotee. This story is from the Nectar of Devotion. One time, ito yung nagme-meditate siya or nagmamana sa puja siya. Mana sa puja is he's meditating by his mind na sinuserve niya si Krishna. So ito yung sinasabi natin kanina na yes, we can worship him through our mind. That's one form of his in his deity form through our mind. So ito yung ginagawa niya ngayon na siya hindi lang siya basta actually nag-imagine. Minimeditate niya na hinuhugasan niya yung rice, and then meron siyang pots, and then meron siyang nilagay na milk, and then yun sinindihan niya yung kalan niya, and then bonfire yata yun. So so And then, ayun, ginagawa niya lahat yon through his mind. And then, here it is. Talagang absorb na absorb siya dun sa meditation niya. Ang nangyari, sobrang absorb niya. Tinignan niya or tinignan niya dahil nga ganun yung concentration niya. Tinignan niya kung naluto na ba yung sweet rice. Actually, gumagawa siya ng sweet rice and i-offer niya kay Lord. Nung pagkatingin niyang ganun, napaso siya. Nagulat siya na totoo nga na talagang napaso siya. Makikita niya natin sa picture, napaso siya. So, how to say, yung nakikita natin sa likod niya is nandoon si Vishnu, nanonood sa kanya. Actually, Lord Vishnu in his Garuda is natawa siya kasi and then na-please siya dun sa devotion nung brahmana na yan na nag nagpe-perform nga ng Manasa Puja, which is para sa kanya very realistic yung ginagawa niya. So, ganon, pwede nating gawin yon. Pwede nating gawin yon. But if we are hindi pa tayo ganung kung wala pa tayo sa ganung level is here is the deity form of Krishna that we can worship. Kasi mostly doon tayo yung pag na-engage nga natin yung senses natin na kumbaga katulad ako parang before nga yung sinasabi natin na to see is to believe na wala kailangan mo munang makita or anything or kailangan mo kasi doon sa practical devotional service in his deity form mararamdaman mo may reciprocation actually may yun nga yung may kumakausap sa na kinakausap mo siya, nagpe-pray ka and all, and then you serve him. But mararamdaman mo nagre-reciprocate. And dun mo, kumbaga, hanggat hindi mo siya nararanasan o ginagawa, hindi mo siya ma-explain na, yeah, you have to do that. Parang ganun. So, in that way, we must engage our senses through the worshiping of the deities. So, maraming way para ma-purify tayo or makuha natin yung mercy ni Krishna. Actually, speaking of mercy ni Krishna yan mercy ni Krishna na bumaba siya in his deity form just for us to give a chance to serve him sa deity form niya. So, kasi kumbaga kung maririnig natin sa Srimad Bhagavatam, maraming mga pastimes about worshiping the devotees are worshiping the deities and all. Kumbaga maano kay maano to? Hindi maiinggit ba 'yun?
Ma-inspire.
Ngayon, ma-inspire. Ma-inspire ka na, kailan ko gagawin 'yon? Kailan ko gagawin yung time na 'yon na makakapag-worship din ako ng deities, even those kind of yun even in the picture form and or even in the deity form na kaya ko siyang i-decorate, bihisan, ganun. So, yeah, will be inspired. And that's why, kumbaga, ngayon, puro kumbaga, lahat sinasabi ko lang is yung the importance of the deity worship. And then, sa next meeting na yung how to do it, and why we are doing it. Marami pang mga kailangan nating sagutin. Kaya actually binibitin ko kayo. Yun yung point ko ngayong araw na to, bitinin ko lang kayo.
You want to show the other pictures ba? Hindi naman.
Yeah.
Sige.
So, yun. Para may idea naman kayo kung ano yung, paano ko magsisimula mag-altar and all. So, ito yung mga iba't ibang altar form. Yan. Picture. Very, very simple lang. Merong merong the main deity is yun, the Panchatattva, and then merong disciplic succession. So, ayan. Merong Panchatattva, Lord Nishingadev. Lord Nishingadev is Lord of Protection, and this is Damodar, and this is disciplic succession. So, kung makikita natin, laging andoon yung disciplic succession. So, ayan. Laging nandoon si Prabhupada. Radha and Krishna, Panchatattva, and yon merong disciplic succession maliliit. So, doon sila nag-offer ng mga boga or mga niluto nila in order for us to for Krishna to give us as prasadam. So ayan, merong picture, merong deity form din, or we can say yung nabibihisan, na-decorate and all. Yan. So lahat, most of nakikita nyo is yan yung mga um, deities or altar ng mga devotees around the world. So ayan, Gora Nitai. And then meron din ayan, Radha and Krishna na yun nga, yung deity form. Yan, si Prabhupada mismo is ini-introduce na yung deity worship. Uh, ito yung Krishna Balaram sa Vrindavan. Krishna and Balaram. Si Krishna yung black and si Balaram yung white. So, in-install mismo ni Prabhupada yan sa Vrindavan. Pag nagpunta kayo sa Vrindavan, makikita nyo yan. So, ito, very simple. Radha and Krishna, Panchatattva, Lord Nishingadev, then disciplic succession. And these are the offering prasadam. So, most of their offering is opulent. So, laging merong tulasi. Ayan.
Nagpagutom lang yan.
Nagpagutom. Hindi.
Gutom na sila.
So, so yun.
Explain in the future, in the next sessions.
So, yun. Okay. I think.
So, bago lahat, picture. Yeah, I'm sila mag-picture before the
So,
questions.
Before kayo sorry, Rabi Jajal na. Okay. Before kayo magtanong, then picture muna tayo. Yeah, you can open your cameras and all. And then yes. Nice. Thank you.
Ikaw magano mamaya.
Okay.
Command Shift 3.
Command Shift 3. Okay.
Bilangan mo sila.
Okay. Ayan. Everyone is ready? In 3, 2, 1, smile. Tama ba?
Sige, bilang ka ulit.
In 3, 2, 1. Ayan. Okay. So, ngayon, gusto ko namang marinig ang inyong mga tanong. Nasasagutin natin pwedeng ngayon or sa next meeting. Anyway, makikita nyo, parang hindi ako to.
Hindi ka si Village Talk.
Hindi si Village Talk. Medyo seryoso tayo ngayon. Pero hindi pa rin mapigilan. So, anything you want to ask? Otherwise, I will ask you. Galing, bilis ah. I once read that an altar can't be inside the bedroom. Is this true? Ideally, of course, ideally, puwedeng mas maganda kung hindi siya nasa bedroom. Pero in home worship is, kumbaga nag-a-adjust tayo, eh. Kasi, home worship nga, eh, hindi kumbaga, puwedeng narinig mo siya, tama siya, pero puwedeng sinabi yon dahil baka nasa nasa sa temple standard
Standard.
siya, gano'n. So, magkaiba yung, ah, standard ng temple dun sa home
Basta
worship.
wag na sa CR.
Basta 'wag lang sa CR, tama. So, in that way, kasi kung ilagay natin sa living room and then yung mga kasama natin sa bahay is not practicing Krishna consciousness, so baka ma-disturb sila. So, para hindi natin sila ma-disturb and our bedroom is our private room, so gawin nating sacred space yung bedroom natin. Actually, ako nga, eh, nung wala pa akong DTs tapos kasama ko sa bedroom yung sister ko. Pero dahil gusto ko pa ring ma mat ma na-enthuse na ako sa temple na gusto ko mag-deity worship, gusto ko pagkakanta ako ng kung ano yung kinakanta nila sa temple is may nakikita akong may navi-vision ako na picture. So, sa computer naman, binuksan ko
Mm.
yung computer ko and then slideshow pa yon, nag-iiba-iba pa yung deities na ano ko, iba't ibang ano pa, iba't ibang bansa, iba't ibang picture, iba't ibang image. And then gano'n din, nag-o-offer ako ng incense sa screen ng computer and all.
Hmm.
Tapos, 'yun pagkatapos na, edi papatayin ko na, edi hindi ko na-disturb yung ate kong natutulog. 4:30 gigising ako, eh. So, gusto kong kung ano yung oras sila nagigising sa temple, gano'n ginagawa ko. So, ano,
Series of
masaya.
adjustment.
'Yan, series of adjustment. So, kumbaga, yeah, Krishna consciousness is a series of adjustment. So, whatever works, we try to do. Meron nga ano, eh, um, yung 'di ba may tinatawag na ano 'yun, Hare Krishna closet devotee.
Mm.
Nasa closet talaga yung ano, yung
Paano
altar niya.
walk-in closet yun?
Hindi, eh, running closet. So, nasa closet yung ano,
Hmm.
yung yung
Ditis niya.
ditis niya.
So, yan. Next.
Puwede bang Krishna deity lang or dapat complete yung disciplic succession sa altar? Very good
Ganda.
question, Very good question. That is a sincere question. So, puwede bang deity lang si Krishna lang? Merong gano'n, pero outside outside ISKCON.
Yan, the standard ng ISKCON.
So, ang standard kasi ng ISKCON or yung standard na sinet ni Prabhupada is, laging merong disciplic succession.
Why?
Why?
Bakit?
Because actually, we are not the one directly worshiping Krishna.
Hmm.
We are just instrument,
Talaga lang.
or we are just, how to say it, we are the one, kumbaga, serving or assisting them. Kaya nga lagi nating sinasabi, servant of the servant of the servant. So, kaya yung disciplic succession from our Guru Maharaj, Prabhupada, all the way up to those disciplic succession from Tulsi Maharani, Nishingadev, Panchatatva, and all the way to Radha and Krishna. Yun yung way ng ascending yung pag-deliver nung worship. Because tayo, we are not that pure enough. But if the disciplic succession is pure and we want to serve them, so yun yung big chance na tatanggapin ni Krishna yung offering natin, because kumbaga hindi tayo makakarating agad dun sa presidente pagka hin, ah, hindi natin tinreat ng kumbaga yung secretary. Hindi natin tinreat ng maayos yung mga yung mga senators niya, parang ganyan. Something like that. So, always has a disciplic succession
Ng guru.
ng guru, yeah.
Ng guru.
So, for sure, pwedeng tinanong yan ni Raisa kasi ngayon wala pa siyang disciplic succession. Huwag kang mag-alala, magkakaroon ka niyan. So, kay Raymond, what is the proper way of bowing or offer obeisances to the deities po? What is the proper way? I mean, meron pang ibang gusto ko maano yung kung ano yung
proper way.
question niya eh. Yung
Bowed.
okay.
Hasta 8 points.
Yun, yung of course, the ideal one is yun nga yung dandabat is yung kailangan nagta-touch yung 8 ano natin ang tawag doon? Basta yung 8 points nung body natin. That is yung hands, 2 hands, 2 elbow, and the 2 knee, and the forehead, right?
Then,
Hindi, no.
1, 2, 4, 6, 8. Ay, arms lang yon. Tapos,
Di ba?
tapos head.
Okay. Ulitin natin. Alam mo kasi pag math, wag niyo na akong tanongin dyan eh.
So yeah, bow down.
Touching the head. Okay, head. And then
Arms.
the arms.
Two arms.
Arms na.
Knees.
And then knees. Ilan na yon? 5. And then
Pair eh. Hindi pa pair?
ha?
Hindi pa pair?
Hindi kasi may forehead eh.
Oo. 2 feet.
The 2 feet. So ilan na?
Basta 8 yun. I-assign mo to.
Alam ko 7 lang yun.
7 bang yun? Sige.
Oo.
Ashta 8. Sige.
Ashta 8.
Sige, i-clarify namin sa inyo.
Okay. Sige. Magkikita pa naman tayo eh.
Ashta. Sige.
Okay, anyway.
Sagutin ko yan.
Bhaktin Chantal, parang maganda in-depth discussion yung disciplic succession from.
Yes.
Sapta. 7. Okay.
Sapta.
Of course, yes, disciplic succession, i-ano natin yan. Sabi nga niya magandang discussion. Of course, yes, magandang discussion yan. Para makilala natin sila
Di
kung...
ba may section ka ba na papakilala mo lahat na sa altar?
Yun. So, actually, naka-line up. Kasi marami pa tayong times na magkikita-kita. So, siyempre, hindi natin sasabihin kung kailan yun para abangan nyo. So, lagi kayong a-attend.
Yes.
Pero meron naman recorded, of course. Yun. What else?
Yan.
Mukhang, sapta.
Sapta yung sabi niya. No?
Or 7.
Sige. Saka yung dandavat, tapos left side. Kwento mo yung left side.
Left side sa
or
Mataji.
Pag nagda-bow down, i-recite nila si pranams.
Ayun. Yun, pag magbabow down is
i-recite
yung pranam natin.
Invocation mantra. This one.
Yan. Habang nakabow down, ito yung nire-recite na Maom Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasaya Bhuta Shimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namini. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gaura Bani Pacharini Nivasesa Sunya Bani Paskacha Disatari. So, if you are already aspiring for His Holiness Giridhari Swami Srila Guru Maharaj, then yun, i-recite natin yung pranam mantra niya or Namaom Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Shimate Giridhari Swami Itinamine. Ngayon, tatanong tayo. Tatanong na naman natin. Paano ba to? Oo. So tatanungin natin, bakit yun yung nire-recite or bakit nagre-recite pa ng ganun pag magbabow down? Ito yan. Sabing ganun, kahit saang temple tayo pumunta, yun yung laging nire-recite natin. Bakit? Kasi even, kumbaga, in spirituality, pinapakilala natin na nandoon tayo sa line ni Srila Prabhupada or nandoon tayo sa line ni His Holiness Giridhari Swami Srila Guru Maharaj na kumbaga kunyari pumasok ka sa isang office pag hindi ka recognized doon Hindi ka nila basta-basta papapasukin. So, tatanungin ka, oh, saan kang company affiliated? O saan kang anong ganito? So, pagka wala kang may sagot, then medyo mahirapan tayo. Pero kung even in a spiritual sense that we are offering obeisances to our guru and to Prabhupada first, and then yan, dun nga sa mga disciplic succession, for us to be recognized in the line of that disciplic succession. Kasi actually, yun nga, yung disciplic succession na yan is hindi dapat yan napuputol. Kaya nga ano eh, succession eh.
Tama.
So, ayun. So, okay, I think that's it. And next week, Sabado.
Sabado, yes,
Mm,
Okay, announcement. Few announcement lang for tomorrow. We will have Sunday bukas na.
Sunday.
5:30 to 7 o'clock a.m. will be our Japa session. And continue pa rin yung ating Monk in the Middle podcast. That will be 7 to 8. So paganda yung discussion natin doon. We're studying the Srimad Bhagavatam. If you want to follow up and mag-catch up dun sa classes, you can watch the YouTube channels natin. And also, you could read yung Srimad Bhagavatam. If you don't have a hard copy, I can send you in an ebook sa link ng Srimad Bhagavatam. Of course, maganda rin pag meron kang actual book.
Mm.
Kasi the actual book gives us, a way. Siyempre ako puro highlight and puro colors yun. Then, 8 o'clock, we will attend Guru Maharaj class. And 11, 8 o'clock a.m.
Eh, yung Bhagavatam mo bukas.
7 to 8.
Okay.
Yan. And also, yung 11 o'clock will be Sunday Love Feast. And we will announce kung magkakaroon tayo ng Village Talk tomorrow. Yan, may inas kami sa schedule namin. So, everything, nanong ko tuloy si Jonah. Yo. So, we will announce in the group chat. Then, yung mga kailangan natin for our DT worship course natin, if you want to print photos, we can send you yung mga links or mga files that pwede natin i-print for DT worship. So, tuloy-tuloy pa yon na pwede nating malaman and maaral, of course, by His Grace Navadip Chandra Prabhu. And maraming salamat. So, Hare Krishna naman kayo sa chat box. So, say our thanks kay Navadip Chandra Prabhu. Yes, yes.
So, thank you very much for attending and continuous learning. Chant your rounds and yeah, read Srimad Bhagavatam and be happy. Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Okay. So, bye Chantal, Mataji,
Jonah,
Jinky Mataji, Jonah Mataji, Raymond, and Raisa, KD Prabhu, and Kenny Prabhu, Raul Prabhu, and Rodi Prabhu, and
Rodel Prabhu.
Rodel Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.